Welcome to part 2 of the AI series here, guys. This is the top 10 AI stocks to buy now for the next 10 years. And if you have not watched the first video, go back and watch that now. That gives you an overview of AI, explains a background about what it's all about, all the different secular growth trends, the mega trends it covers, and it provides the first 5 stock picks on this list. Today, I'm going to cover the second 5 to round out those top 10 picks. I believe that we're in an AI revolution right now, guys, and I want to find stocks for my portfolio, for my growth stock portfolio, to capture these mega trends and ride that wave and make profits. So this video is going to cover those last 5 stock picks plus a couple bonus picks at the end, so make sure you watch the whole video. All right, so let's go. What is number 6? And again, these are not in any particular order. I already covered 5. When I think of pick and shovel type plays, these are going to be higher conviction, higher quality type companies. The first one that comes to mind is Amazon. And Amazon's one of my top holdings. When you think of cloud is powering all this. AI needs data, and data needs data centers and cloud services, and Amazon Web Services is the market leader for public cloud services. So I own the stock primarily for AWS, but when you think about Amazon, artificial intelligence is a part of their business, not just in the cloud part of the business, but when you think of drone delivery, you think of robotics using their warehouses, you think of their e-commerce business, you think of the Alexa devices you use every day. All of these things are leveraging the power of AI. So Amazon, of course, has to be on this list. When you think of machine learning, so companies that want to leverage the power of ML and machine learning, leverage the most comprehensive set of artificial intelligence and machine learning services with AWS. So the 6th stock, guys, is Amazon, ticker AMZN. Semiconductors are the new oil. They power all of these secular growth trends, all these mega trends. Cloud services, you think of AI. AI needs a tremendous amount of computing power. In order to get that computing power for those data centers and supercomputers, you need companies like Nvidia. Nvidia is a no-brainer when you think of a pick and shovel AI type of a play. You could argue that it's probably the best AI stock if you were just going to pick one stock. Accelerating AI with GPUs. Now, not just the chips and the GPUs they make for data centers, but much more than that. You think of autonomous driving, they're doing a lot more in that arena. And you can see here they've got deep learning in data centers, in the cloud, and on devices. So listen to this. Deep learning relies on GPU acceleration. That's the first thing I think of is NVIDIA when I hear GPU acceleration. So NVIDIA delivers GPU acceleration everywhere you need it, to data centers, desktop computers, laptop computers, and the fastest supercomputers in the world. If your data is in the cloud, NVIDIA GPU deep learning is available on services from Amazon, so Amazon Web Services, Google, that's Google Cloud Platform, IBM, Microsoft Azure, and many others. The world of computing is going through an incredible change. With deep learning and AI, computers are learning to write their own software. And you look at development training, and they've got interface, so self-driving cars, intelligent machines, robotics. So when you think of accelerated analytics, you think of AI, and you think of the new oil, and companies that power all this, pick and shovel. This is the ultimate pick and shovel play for AI. Nvidia, ticker NVDA. And of course, we're talking about the new oil. We're talking about fabulous design. And so NVIDIA is on the list, but you have to include AMD as well. AMD recently acquired a company called Xilinx. That's going to give them a lot more exposure and growth in data centers. And I just covered a video recently on the channel that shared some of the highlights from CES in Vegas with Dr. Lisa Su, the CEO. And they have a new data center chip that has some mind-blowing statistics. And I'm just going to let Dr. Lisa Su explain it to you herself. So here you go. I'm going to play a clip.
I am super proud to show you MI300 for the very, very first time. This is actually the most complex chip we've ever built. It has 9 5-nanometer chiplets that are 3D stacked on top of 4 6-nanometer chiplets with significant HBM surrounding it. And it has more than 146 billion transistors.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
From a performance standpoint, on AI workloads, MI300 delivers 8 times more performance and 5 times better efficiency than our MI250X, which was already powering the world's fastest supercomputer. And let me tell you what this means. MI300 can train much larger AI models faster, at lower costs, and with less power. And just to put this in perspective, over the holidays, there's been a lot of talk about, ChatGPT and what you can do with these large language models. What you probably didn't know is that it takes months to train on thousands of GPUs that consume millions of dollars of electricity. MI300 can reduce the time to train these models from months to weeks with dramatically lower energy costs And more importantly, it can also support much, much larger models that can be used for even more advanced and more powerful AI services in the future.
So in the first video, I talked about Robotic Process Automation, or RPA. Now, the first company that comes to mind is going to be UiPath. And I know it was a new IPO. A lot of you guys bought the stock a lot higher. There was a lot of hype around it. And maybe you hate this stock because you have a bad cost basis. But the reality is this is a player in AI. And I think long-term, this company can do well. Software robots are great at completing routine and repetitive work. But with artificial intelligence, they can do a lot more. They can read documents and emails, analyze languages and images, understand the intent of communications, and so on. It increases productivity by getting rid of those boring tasks that you hate, like data entry, things that are repetitive that essentially RPA can do for you. And they call it robots, but when you think of robots, a lot of times you think of Terminator. That's not what this is at all. It's software that's basically doing automated processes, robotic process automation. And the theory behind this is that it'll enhance the work experience for your employees. It's going to make them more effective so they can focus their energy on more important things, but it's also going to make them happier because they're not doing boring things over and over that kind of just makes them crazy. So according to Forbes here, AI global markets, $200 billion by 2026, productivity growth by 2030, $6.6 trillion according to PwC research. There's a bunch of testimonials in here from different CEOs and CTOs, et cetera, talking about the benefits of using their products. AI plus RPA, smarter robots, greater potential. With AI, RPA robots can emulate a wide range of decision-making and problem-solving that people do, which expands the range of work that you can automate. AI empowers RPA robots to work with the following: unstructured data, variable processes, predictive outcomes, and so on. So you think of task analysis, communications mining, invoice processing, claims processing, email management, predictive validation, sick leave processing. You know, I used to work in sales. I sold software for a decade. Doing expense reports, it's a pain in the butt. It takes a lot of time. This can automate that process for you, save your workers a lot of time so they can focus on doing something else that's more productive and profitable for your company. So UiPath is number 9, ticker is PATH. There's gonna be another pick, plus there's gonna be a couple bonus picks. So definitely stay tuned for that. But before I go on, I need to announce this video is sponsored by the Motley Fool. If you'd like to see the 10 best stocks to buy now, visit fool.com/firedupwealth. You can also check out our private community in Discord. It's patreon.com/firedupwealth. Okay, so one more stock pick, then a couple bonus picks. And again, if you have not watched the first video, you need to go back and watch that first video of the series. Don't expect robot surgeons, expect a surgeon AI partnership. So what does that mean exactly? I think a lot of people think, well, the future is robots doing all the surgeries, just a robot doing it. But most people will tell you that's not the case, that it's still gonna be a doctor performing the surgery, but they're gonna use the assistance of robots. So you think of robotic surgery, assisted robotic surgery, what comes to mind? Intuitive Surgical is the first one I think of. There are some other companies. So if you look at these here, Da Vinci Systems, the one that comes to mind with Intuitive Surgical, but there's also Virtual Incision. There's a company that Medtronic bought, and it's called the Hugo platform. They bought this company for $1.7 billion. There's Monarch platforms and so on. But Intuitive Surgical really is the one I think of. It is the leader. When it comes to the era of intelligent automation, the collaboration of robotic surgery systems and AI is inevitable. It will allow for better patient outcomes through accuracy. This is what it's all about. Tech giants like IBM and Google have already created AI models that can be layered into many systems. With companies like Johnson & Johnson and Medtronic, market leaders in medtech continue to acquire companies to move forward in this field. So I mentioned Medtronic with Hugo. The future looks good. The aim is to support existing procedures and remove the unavoidable human mistakes by using robotic surgical assistants. Surgeons need to allow integration of AI-layered robotic surgery assistants into their workflow, as ultimately this will allow for better patient outcomes. So the 10th pick is Intuitive Surgical. The ticker is ISRG, and stay tuned for 2 bonus picks. Now, I would consider this spec, and it trades around $5. So if it gets below $5, it's a penny stock, but this is an exciting speculative type name. It's called Riskified, and it really focuses on fraud detection and prevention. So they're really working with e-commerce and enabling frictionless e-commerce with instant decisions. So it starts with the right data, it collects all this data, and then it goes into analytics and makes real-time decisions. And this is all powered by AI machine learning. Now, I've never covered this stock on the channel. There are a few members in the private Discord community that own this, and I'm not going to cover it in much detail today. The ticker is RSKD, and if you want me to do a deep dive on Riskified, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to do that for you. Again, this is a spec stock, and it's a bonus pick. It's not part of the 10 high conviction. Now, I'm very bullish on cybersecurity stocks like CrowdStrike, like Zscaler, and so on. but they're not really pick and shovel plays like the top 10 that we covered today. But when you think about cybersecurity, it's leveraging the power of machine learning. And so this explains how it's used in cybersecurity. This is a bonus pick. And of course, there's three major types of machine learning. There's supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. And here are some of the benefits of machine learning in cybersecurity. It allows you to rapidly process a large amount of data, and it automates some of those repetitive tasks. And at the end of the day, it just makes it more effective and more efficient. Automated threat detection and response. That's what endpoint security is all about. And then analyst-led operations assisted by machine learning. So it really comes down to driving efficiency, guys. Those are two bonus picks. I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notifications, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.